You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more.
Well, what I mean, this is your boy Al Mega. Welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders podcast. And today, we're talking with an amazing creative force, an amazing writer that has a fire project out now on Kickstarter. It is funded, however, you know what it is? We need to make it rain with only 4 days to go. And that means it is a Friday coming up and it's payday. For those of you that don't get paid today, don't give me no excuses. You know what it is. Let me introduce this future star, this making, this legend himself, Mr. Christian Douglas. How you doing, bro?
Hello. What's up? Pasa familia. Whoop.
What's going on, my brother? Thank you for coming on, hanging out with me today, and to talk about this dope project that you got on Kickstarter, Unpopular Tales, Volume II, Pinochia. Is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah. It's Pinocchio, but just put an A there. That's it. We're done. Easy.
Pinochia, wepa. There we go. So before we get into what made that crazy mind of yours delve into this type of story, and flip it on its head, let's reel it back just a tad, if you will, and let's learn a bit about yourself. So let us know, Christian, where you originally from, and the most important question you'll ever be asked in your life. What is the first thing in fandom that you ever fell in love with?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, Al. It's always a pleasure to talk to you and talk to the cool people of your podcast. And I'm originally from Spain, but I was raised in the States, and now I live in Ireland. So I always say that I'm not from anywhere and from everywhere at the same time.
You're an earthling. That's it.
Yeah.
Solo humano.
Exacto. Human being. That's the only thing I am. And what's the most? How do I enter? What's the question? Comics or pop culture?
What was the first thing fandom that you ever fell in love with?
The first thing I fell in love with on fandom, I would say Star Wars, probably.
Okay.
Probably, yeah. I remember that I got introduced. I didn't see the movies in the theater. I'm not a young person, but not that old either. But I remember I saw it. I saw it on TV, and I remember I had the tape.
No por nada, Christian, but our people, our nuestro Latinos, the Spanish-speaking people, I don't think that they were very big fans of sci-fi. That wasn't something that was popular in the culture. I mean, back then, in that era, it was still the cowboys and maybe the kung fu.
No, it was in my house was very popular because remember that we had tapes. Remember back in the day when we had videotapes?
Yeah, but when you were younger, we said when they came out, I think it's because our people weren't really that much of a fans. My family did not talk about this at all. No one. I'm probably the first geek in my family. I swear to God.
Well, my dad was geek, but about other things. He was mainly into music. He was a very, very big consumer of music. So, for example, Fania in a house was Religion and Willie Colon, Oscar de Leon, Ruben Blades. You know what I'm talking about. And I grew up in New York, so it's like El Barrio.
New York salsa soul, baby.
Exactly.
You better look
Papa.
NIA, mi gente. Look that up. That was an era of music for salsa that will never be replicated again.
Yeah, very complicated to replicate something like that again.
Right,
and that's a passion project that we have. I have with us.
Before we move on, wouldn't you say that Fania was like the Wu-Tang salsa of the 70s?
Yeah, right? I would even say even more than that.
Definitely. For people to understand that these are all different individuals, but they would do shows together, and it was boss level shows, dude.
Yeah. And also it brought a huge community together because there were no Dominicans or Puerto Ricans or Venezuelans. We're just Latinos. That's it. So it was a big, huge
we all should be. We rule the
of
world
course.
right now. If we would just get together and not listen to the media nonsense, sometimes causing stupid divisions over
Yeah,
words and stupid actions. Stop it. Somos Latino todos. Vamos a estar unidos, you know? Because at
exactamente.
the end of the day, I mean, let's go, man. We could definitely do a lot better for our community, you know,
For
because the world
sure.
ain't treating us any better. I'll
For
tell you
sure.
that. Put it Caribe, Central, and South America in one union, and España. Like like
Yeah.
Pedro Viso Campos wanted to do with the Latin Union, but of course that's why they killed him, because he was about to create something that was going to be too powerful. All
Yeah,
of a sudden, we get bricks, right? We get bricks, right? Come on.
Yeah. No, and also, do you know this? Because I don't know if you know this story, but how English became the number one language in the world. This is a thing that happened in the UN back in the 50s. There was this discussion of which is gonna be the vehicular language within the UN, and a lot of people were in favor of being Spanish because, it's the second, as you know, it's the second most spoken language in the world after just Chinese.
Yeah.
And but the thing is that in the last voting, the Mexican delegation, sorry for my Mexican brothers, but got paid off by the states. So that's why English became the universal language. So it's a little bit sad, but it's a really piece of trivia. That is pretty cool,
Look at that. You see how us keep getting messed up, and we don't even talk about these things in media or even in our schools. Horrible.
Nobody knows.
We need to talk about everything, not our country is more than just black and white. All right, let's go.
Yep.
I'm saying it's the truth. We're here too, and we matter. And damn, yo. Anyway, this is not what this is about, yo. I mean, yeah, that's that type of conversation is unpopular, but this, you know what? But we're gonna talk about unpopular tales today. You know what I mean? And how that I created. So right before we get into that, Christian, tell me a bit how you got creative. I mean, growing up, did you have a tribe that celebrated your geekdom when you were a lone guy? How did you start, sharing in your creativity?
I started to be creative mainly for two reasons. I was being always an introvert. I always been lonely. I don't like the word lonely. I always been very solitary. I don't say lonely because I've never been lonely with myself. I always say that people who are feeling lonely is the one that cannot be with themselves. So I'm pretty cool with myself, very confident in my skin. And because we have to move a lot because of my dad's job and all of that, so it was very complicated. There was no internet back in the day, so it was very complicated to make relationships. So I was like the lonely kid sitting in the corner reading by himself. So, and I think it becomes something natural. So because of that, so I started creating my own things. I started writing when I was 14. So I've been doing that for 30 years. Okay. But it became, I wasn't really thinking about anything back in the day. It was just an exercise, and it was really fun. So I was very fond of reading, and I started writing my own things. And then I discovered theater. That for me, I'm a theater kid. That's why I discovered my tribe, because the theater is the place of all the misfit kids or the crazy, the weird ones. That's where they go. That's where they tend to go, So I heard many times that saying that to be an actor or to want to be in that realm, you have to be a little bit not perfectly stable on your head. So I said, yeah, that was definitely me. So that's when I started to be creative, or to have this desire of expressing things and expressing ideas. I always say that I don't really like to talk about myself that much, but I always love to talk about the story. So I just like a vehicle for stories. Even if nobody reads them, I'm still gonna be pumping them forever, So because it's not an ego thing. It's not I want you to know me. No. It's just, hey, I have this thing inside me, in my head, that I need to get out somewhere. And if I don't do it, I'm gonna get sick. I'm not gonna be healthy. So, and
now I want to know.
For me, it's like a lifestyle, more than anything. I need to get up every day, write every day. So it's a physical, spiritual thing. It's not something about money or about awards or about being recognized. At zero.
Gotcha. So talk about then you putting your first project out there. What year did you do that, and how did that feel? How did you do it? How did you even build a team, or did you do it all by yourself?
The first professional project I did it when I was in university, when I had my theater company. That was the first one, and the first comic one was 10 years ago. How do I feel about it? It was it's a fantastic feeling every time you, especially when you write something and it's been with you for so long, and then you can see it represented somehow, like see on a stage or see on a piece of paper or see on a video or whatever, something that's been on your mind for months or years. It's always a fantastic feeling, you know. It's you cannot really compare to anything. And on top of that, if somebody gets impacted by that or affects them some way positively, then it's 10 times that, you know. So it's I always say that the majority of people who create, who are really creators, are not phonies. They do it chasing that rush, not chasing money or fame or stupid things like that are very ethereal and ephemeral. They're chasing the other one, the other rush, you know, to be connected. Because at the end of the day, it's just being connected with other human beings, you know. That is, for me, art is about those connections.
Love it. So how did you learn about building a team? How did you know what you wanted artistically and everything, and the vibe? Like how did you go about that, and how did you feel that? How did you feel the energy? And where were you at this point in time? Were you in Ireland? Were you in Spain? Were you in the States?
When I started being outspoken and creative, I was in the States because I was studying theater. So, and how I started to assemble my crew was mainly like fellow students, because I did some theater in New York. I studied back in the day in a school that no longer exists. But so that fellow students of mine, encouraged by teachers, stuff like that, they would say, we can always teach you X, but you need to walk the walk, you know. You need to do things. You have to stumble, you have to fall, you have to stumble again, fall again, because that's how you're really gonna learn your way, you know. So, and how I assemble my team is because we all have the same eagerness to produce things. I always like to be in the background. No, not always. I like to act from time to time, but I prefer to always to be in the background, to be the director, to be. I don't like the spotlight at all. It's something I never cherish. Or I always say that one of my heroes is J.D. Salinger. That's the writer of The Catcher in the Rye. That everybody knows the work, but almost nobody knows the writer. He never gave interviews, never get pictures, never signed anything. So that's, for me, it's the dream. It's like just the work speak by itself. The work doesn't really need me. If it's good, if it's powerful, doesn't really need the author. It has its own legs, you know.
Gotcha. So talk about Unpopular Tales, because this one that's currently live is Volume 2. So again, right before I want to start off the Kickstarter, we have a video, folks. We got a party that we're about to show you, so that way you could make it rain on this beautiful. It's a gorgeous book, I'll tell you that much. So
thank you, brother. Thank you.
Talk to me about the creation. What is Unpopular Tales? When did you create this? With Volume 1, and when did you decide to build on Volume 2?
The whole idea came. We wanted to create a studio. At the beginning, we wanted to create. We're not happy with how culture was being presented back in the day, 10 years ago. The whole idea is this: what will these writers, creators, will be doing if they were alive today? What will the Green Brothers be doing, or Christian Andersen, or Perrault, or in this case, Collodi? This is the guy from the wrote Pinochia back in the day, in the beginning of the 20th century. So, and we were sure that we're not going to be animal singing and everybody's happy and kumbaya and all this BS that we have nowadays, you know. And so we decided to, okay, so if this is the popular thing, we're gonna do the unpopular. We're gonna go the unpopular route, you know. So we're gonna go back to the origin stories. We're gonna use this. We're gonna try to use the same spirit to talk about things that are still universal, and to give it a spin to adapt it to nowadays audiences. You know, that was the whole idea behind the Popular Studio. So the first thing we did was Ray Riding Hood, and that was the theme there was violence against women.
Okay.
And then we started doing all the project for the people. We started working on as a consultant in Kickstarter. I did animation too. And then we did the Punk Droid book last year. Then we did a novel of the Red Riding Hood Punk Droid, and this is the fourth book that we do in the Pinochia.
Nice. Number 4. So were the previous 3 completely funded?
Yeah, everything has been always funded.
Woo,
always 100%. Yeah.
Now 4 for 4 with this baby right now. I love it.
Yeah. So the only one we had is the one that we didn't complete was we pull off because we have some issue with the production. But every time we have Kickstarter, we have always been funded. So we have been very lucky that way. We have prepared it for a long time. So
people know quality when they see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know you sent me a video, you know what I mean? So I want to go ahead and play that bad boy. Then, folks, we're going to be kicking in and diving in to this amazing Kickstarter, all right? So that we can make you spend that money, baby. Check it out. Pinochia, Memento, Unpopular Tales, baby. Check it out.
Who am I, you ask? I was created in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by the waste of a dying world. I was bestowed with an insurmountable task: bring peace after decades of death, persecution, and chaos. I am a grandchild of war, destined to help 2 camps which hate has fueled for far too long. Surprisingly, I am not alone. Have an odd bunch to make the road a little more bearable. Come with me to bring hope where there was despair, respect where there was resentment, creativity where there was destruction. I am Pinochia, and this is my story.
Ka-ching!
Folks, you heard it here on Kickstarter till August 18th, baby. So you better go ahead and make it rain because we only have 4 days left. All right.
Yep.
But this project is wonderfully, my brother. Let me say a big old congrats to you because this baby is funded at $3,198 out of a 2747 goal. A big salute to you amazing 45 backers out there that are supporting independent content, amazing creators like my man Christian over here. I mean, look at this. Unpopular Tales. Did you see that effing artwork, people? Holy shit. So my brother, talk about this, bro, because that artwork, that coloring, everything just effing pops off the page, bro. So
thank you.
The creation of this project, your team. How long did it take? Because the book is gorgeous. Thank you for and I didn't finish reading it all yet. You came in early. Thank you for coming in early. Folks, do that. When you have a podcast guest, come in early. That's testing because he had a problem. Look at us now. No problem.
I'm gonna give you a copy when I see you in New York, so no worries about that.
Hey, yeah, definitely. You're gonna hear my loud Puerto Rican ass at the show. Don't you worry, I promise.
No, one of the guys that's gonna be in the table with us is also Puerto Rican, so.
We're gonna have a whip off then, all right?
Yeah.
Tell them to get ready. We're gonna have a whip off and nobody beating Mega. Right.
I think he's from Ponce, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's from Ponce.
Wonderful. I'm north. I believe Ponce is south, a little south of us.
Yeah, the south. Yeah.
Oh, shit. There we go. North versus south.
So the answering your question, how long it took us? It took us a year, more or less. The stories have been written for years. I have almost 8 completed.
What?
So
wait, you have 8 volumes completed already?
Yeah, written. Yeah, for sure.
Holy shit!
Yeah, because I had this one, Pinochia. I have Beauty and the Beast. I have Cinderella. I have Alice in Wonderland. I have Hansel and Gretel. So yeah, all those are done. The things
Christian, obviously there's a theme here, folks.
Yeah.
What is this love with the fairy tales and spinning them on their head? Like why? Like, where does this love come from?
I think it's a combination of things. The first thing is like that was the first books that I read when I was a little kid. I remember that my parents bought me this beautiful collection of small stories about all the classical
Little
folk
books?
tales.
They were like this little square fat books.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh my fucking god, yes! my parents did the same shit. That's how I read Edgar Allan Poe's books. That's how I got introduced. Yo, oh
So you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
man, oh, yo, bro, thank God somebody knows. Yo, because I told somebody this before, they thought I was crazy. I said no, they can
No.
books for kids.
And they were, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they were white, the books or something like that. I remember they were bright colors. But it was a huge collection.
Nice covers, but then the pages is just like a novel, you know. And sometimes you have a picture or two in between the pages and shit. Sometimes,
Yeah.
Oh, my brother, God bless! I can't believe that you experienced that too. I wish I had them still, man. I had a big collection.
Yeah, that's true. But the thing is, I've been blessed. I've visited Denmark, so I have visited the places where they actually these people were from, because the majority are European. So I've been to Germany, I've been to Denmark, I've been to Italy, which is all this France, which is all these writers are about.
Have you been to those famous pubs? Have you had those pub chats with writers, bro?
Yeah.
You have?
For sure. Yeah. I remember that one of my favorite ones is the one in the Dickens ones in London. That's like crazy because they have a whole museum and they have a whole like a theme park built around the guy. So it's crazy. It's fantastic.
Oh, well.
So I highly recommend it if you're into that type of stuff. So answer your question, that 1 year this is the first volume, this is the first issue. There's going to be 4 issues, and then we'll do the trade back. Our idea is to pump it every 6 months, more or less. That's what the artist takes them to complete. And in the middle, then going to have the anthology, the second volume of Unpopular Tales. That the cover artist is a good friend of ours, a fantastic artist. He normally works in cinema. It's very complicated to get him to work in anything else that is not cinema, because it's really high-end stuff. For example, to give you an example, he worked in Jurassic World, Game of Thrones, Love, Death and Robots, both seasons. And the last thing he completed that is out there is Alien, Romulus.
So, really? Yeah, I started seeing pictures, and not for nothing. I hate people that talk shit, but that movie looks fire right now. Shut up.
I've seen footage, and I read the script because, as I mentioned, my friend is there, and that movie's gonna fucking break everything.
I can't wait.
Crazy.
Well, you know what's gonna break everything? This cover, because this is fucking gorgeous. When I saw this cover, I drooled, bro. Yeah. Papi, you gotta put this on a t-shirt, even, bro. This is
no. We have a big banner that we're gonna bring to the Comic Cons, and we have it on everywhere. No, the detail is crazy. If you zoom in, it has, because I told him that it needs to be the first, because she's gonna be evolved with time, no? And in this first number, she's not complete, so you see like cables and pieces of machinery, and she's like still rough because she was created in a bunker by Geppetto in a clandestine way, you know.
Wait, so you made Geppetto a geeky nerd on this one?
Yeah, he's a robotics engineer, and he's the grandkid. He's a grandkid of the war that happened with machines, and we lost the war, obviously. So there's only like 2 camps of human beings, and we are. That's the cover art that we went out, which is crazy, really good.
The cover artist right there, DavidBenzel.com. Check him out. That's the cover artist right there.
Yeah, that's the cover artist. Incredible. So the whole idea is that he builds this robot that looks like a kid. You don't see in this number, but you're gonna see it in the second, the third. That she has the technology that she simulates skin, so she looks like a kid. So, and the whole idea is that she's gonna be these 2 factions together, to bring them together and to achieve at least a little bit of truth and peace, you know. So that's the whole idea behind the
but what is the inspiration behind the line? I mean, for real, because look how beautiful this is. And again, to kind of flip Pinocchio on its head, technology, futuristic, but like this is wasteland because obviously something crazy happened here. Like, where
Yeah,
was your mind at? What were you drinking or smoking, or was it just water and the nice air? Because Jesus Christ,
no, I don't drink or
I'm
smoke anything like that.
only joking. I say that jokingly because, like, bro, it's just the concept, the way that you were hitting the stuff, and you're talking
Yeah,
about this has been a while now that AI is so hot,
yeah,
and like you see this is AI too. You know what I mean?
yeah, for sure, for
Like
sure, for sure,
she's
for sure.
learning right here. She's learning things. I mean, you'll
The
see how, folks, when you read the book. It's
Yeah,
so
the artist is I want to shout out to Claudio. Claudio Sanchez is the artist, a guy from Spain. So I always call this my right hand. He does everything. He does the coloring, the inking,
what?
except like lettering. Yeah,
How'd you
he's a
find this
complete
guy?
artist.
Que
What?
suerte. Where you find him?
Yeah, yeah, it's a good friend of mine. We've been working together for almost 10 years. So he's
Oh
a
wow.
fantastic,
Wait, so all
fantastic
right,
artist.
wait a minute. Talk about that promance. So working together for 10 years. How did you meet, homie?
We met in a convention.
At a convention.
In a convention in the south of Spain. I
Okay.
was going with some friend of mine's, and he was I think he was showing, if I'm not mistaken, he was showing. Yeah, he was doing we were doing like portfolio reviews. A friend of mine was doing portfolio reviews, and he told me, "Dude, this guy is good. You should like check him out." Because I was looking for an artist from for the
Yeah.
Red Riding Hood, and since then,
Since then,
this is the second this is the second work with the third book, no, the
so
fourth book we
basically,
worked together.
you propose to him immediately. You're gonna be my artistic partner for life. You're done.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. No worries. You're covered. you're not gonna like any work anytime soon. Don't worry.
You're my
I
artistic
have you.
partner for life. You're effing done. How dare, don't even try to cheat on me. Now, only play. But look at this. I mean, yo, dude, bro, you landed an incredible talent. Because you're telling me this homie, because I love everything about this, the artistry, the lettering, the panel placement, everything. It is fire. And of course, haven't been able to read your words that are not be able to be shared here. Okay. On the Kickstarter, yo, Christian is a boss writer. He builds characters. It's characterization. So how did you get into that? How did you get into building the energy for all these individuals within, the Douglas verse, if you will?
Yeah, I normally do. I cheat a little bit because as I mentioned before, I come from theater, so I have a lot of tools. My toolbox is imported from there. So what I do first is I start what is called it's called the skeleton of the work. So that's the plot point. So this is what's gonna happen. This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. From there, I put that aside, and then I start building the character. So how this character is going to be affected by these plot points as they happen, and on top of that, I start, okay, and now I want to build the world. I want to be the setting. So what's going to happen here? What's going to happen here? What's going to happen here? How is this going to be connected? And on top of that, I work interactions. So I would say that my favorite writer of all time, my hero is Dickens, because he was the first professional writer in history, the first one. Okay, because before him, all the artists will have to be sponsored by a king or a noble person, somebody with money, and he was the first writer in history to make a living by publishing his stories in newspapers. Okay. in the 19th century. But that's why if you read all his novels, they always have a lot of cliffhangers, because all those cliffhangers is when they stop the story, urging people to buy the next one.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So he always have this plot twist and always have this, and he always talks about.
I miss that type of writing. I mean, it's not really done nowadays. Effectively like it was done in that era, I think.
It's not easy. And he's talking about layers. He says that all the good creators always need to work in layers. So, and that's, for example, another thing that Spielberg adapted that to the cinema. So, for that, and that's what he did. So that's how the blockbuster was created. It's like, okay, I'm writing because if we go back to Dickens, he was writing not only for the kids who were, because back in the day there was no radio, there was nothing. So people normally the only person that knew how to read and write was the father. So the father read to the wife and the kids out loud. So he had a part for everyone, a part for the women, a part for the father, a part for the kids, and a part for fellow writers. So he always working at least 4 levels. And that for me, that's, for example, that was a Pixar model before they were bought by Disney, is that, yeah, they do things for kids, animation for kids, quote unquote, but the one that really enjoy them are the adults, because there's a lot of reference, a lot of things, hints, and stuff that the kids have no idea what they're talking about.
It's the same thing with the Stranger Things. I don't think that that's a strong show, but it's popular because of its usage of retro stuff that's so nostalgic that people like, you know, just love the reference. But at the end of the day, hate me, send hate mail anywhere, any place you want, because I am not a fan. I think the stories are weak, and I don't care about the characters particularly. But again, like you said, it's, you know, for me, they're not. It's just the nostalgia. I watched it. I said, okay, I dig the stuff they're showing, but I don't. There's nothing there. But you know,
there's no depth for sure.
It does it differently and does it right, appropriately. You know what I mean? Because again, there's forced and there's natural.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, of course. And no, and nowadays, especially when you want to have an IP that's gonna be sold to a studio, you have like focus group. You have a lot of people mingling with the message, you know. So it's very complicated. You need to have an established voice, and you need to be like firm with it. That's the only way.
Thick skin, I'm sure. Because imagine somebody telling you something about your creation and how you have to change it.
Yeah, because it didn't test well.
Yeah, get out of here. No, I ain't changing shit. You know,
that's why I went indie. That's why I went indie, because I was tired of the BS of publisher and producers, and I said, okay, no worries, I do it by my own. And it's gonna take longer, but I'm gonna be a lot more satisfied, and I'm gonna laugh all the way to the bank, you know.
Yeah, thank you. That's exactly what I was gonna say, man. People are gonna keep discovering you because, again, great writing, folks. I can't wait till you see it, because again, it's not teasing the Kickstarter, because that's the best tease. Because you know the art tells one thing, but wait till you see what's really going on with Homegirl. You'll be like, oh shit, okay. I mean, yeah, this is wild. I dig it. It is. If you're a tech geek, you're a comic book geek. I highly listen. Anytime you see the Comic Crusaders, you know, approved by the Comic Crusaders authorities, because we believe in how fire the project is, and that has that seal of approval right there. Because I dug it. It's gorgeous. And again, go get volume 1. Go get volume 2. I mean, look at all the stuff we get. And again, this is it in European prices, folks.
Yes, in euro, yeah. Yeah, but more or less the same. I think it's like $9 or something like that.
There you go. So you got €10 for the book.
No, sorry, $12. Sorry, my bad.
For a PDF and physical. Look, a PDF and physical copy for €10. Postcards in a book. You got a sticker pack. You got the digital frenzy. You got swag. Wepa, look at shorty. Then you got the A5. Ooh, what's the A5 commission about? What are we talking there?
That's half a page.
Ooh, really? How nice. A4? Hey.
A page, yeah. No, it's very cheap. It's very big. And these are like original pages.
You saw the original pages from the book on this?
Yeah, we have 8 pages available. Yeah. Very, very good price. Very reduced price. And it's
look at this.
Place you're gonna get it.
You got a whole pack too. If you want one of everything, €300 on. I mean, original art books. I mean, look at Unpopular Tales. That looks girthy as heck right there. I mean, how many pages was volume 1?
The comic was 40 pages, and then the novel is 260, I think, or something like that.
Diablo, nice. Does the novel have any artistry in it, or is it just a straight?
Yeah, it has illustration. It has 18 illustrations.
Okay,
it's an illustrated novel. So, yeah.
So that's including the 260. You have 18 illustrations within the chapter.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it has 6 chapters. Each chapter has 3 illustrations. So yeah.
Oh, wonderful. You hear this, folks? I mean, look at the characters. Look at that artistry, Pinochia right there. You got E2. What do you mean
That's
him?
E2 is one of it because she has technology built inside her. That's these avatars that help her to grow and to learn. These are programs that they don't really exist, but only in their head, and they're there for help her to learn a skill. In this case, E2 is for coordination, combat, and physical skills mainly. That's the role of E2. But they're gonna be more. She's gonna have more programs.
Then you
And
got
that's Little Man. Yeah, that's one of her friends. Because the idea is that okay, which robots are gonna be the most popular, quote unquote. Then we have first Little Man is the industrial robot, so the big, robust for complicated machinery for heavy things. And then you have Ishtar. Ishtar is the let's call it the companionship robot. You know,
Oh God!
sex worker.
It's
Yeah,
right.
that's
Folks, I'll highlight it. You know, let's not talk about it. I know how YT is right there. Says it all
yeah.
right there. I'm underlining it,
Yeah,
folks.
yeah, that's the industry is gonna be huge in the coming years.
That is
And
crazy.
then, yeah,
Imitation. Oh my God. Oh my
yeah.
God. Imitation boy, yo, folks. This is crazy.
And then you have Lex, that's like a personal companion, like for taking care of
Oh, like
kids,
Herbie from
pets.
Fantastic Four, right?
Yeah, the idea is like a Wally on steroids. That's the idea with
Oh,
Lex.
Wally on steroids. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
because he has guns. I don't want to spoil things, but he looks small and oh how cute it is, but nope. You beware of that guy, you know.
Yeah, this cover
That's the
looks
first.
great.
That's the first volume, Popular Tales, right here.
It looks very Joe Mad right there. Very Joe
Yeah,
Mad.
that cover is by Pedro Delgado. Is a Marvel artist. Fantastic work he did there. Beautiful, beautiful one. It's 18 and plus. The novel is Marcel Perez, a guy from Disney. The cover is also mental.
Bro, please tell me that you made a white T-shirt just with this image like that.
I have that. Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Yo, this. Oh my God, I want one on a white T-shirt. This will look so dope. No lettering, just her and the artist signature on the corner. You know what I'm saying? Just short. Let people ask, yo, who is she? Where is she from? Don't put nothing on a T-shirt. Just her, because that art. Look. If you see this on a T-shirt, just like that, people are gonna get curious. Like, yo, that looks dope. Great art. Who's that? People are gonna ask questions. Don't sell the house right now, bro. Put this in a T-shirt with no words. Trust me. I feel good about this one.
Okay. I'll bring you one to New York for sure.
Diablo, se ve. Yeah, I'll model it for you out there. Absolutely. I'll sell the shit out of it over there. Don't you worry about that. Then we got oh, I love this look.
And that's Pondroid. That's a guy from Love, Death, and Robots. So yeah, the covers are always like top of tier, always. It's a guy from Hong Kong.
There
Fantastic artist.
Claudio.
That's Claudio.
Great, yeah.
That's me.
Yeah, you look at my man Dodgy when you go your head like that shit. You let my homie Dodgy from Australia crazy. And look at those packages that get sent out. Look at people reading and enjoying their swag. But you're gonna get your stuff. You don't gotta wait like me. 12 years for that Lifebelt Brigade. I never got it yet. Apparently, I will someday. Who knows when?
No, we have the books already. The books arrive Monday. We have it already.
Guys, the books are there. It gets funded and mailed. Look at that.
Yeah, because we got funded on the third day. By the third day, it was already funded. So we got funded.
So you said you printed. Boom.
Okay, that done.
You see this? Look how confident they are in this beautiful project. You know what I mean? So please, folks, again, you can easily started for simple as $1 without a reward. But again, when you're looking for rewards, starting with a digital, you go at €5, and going at €12, which is about 14 American for physical and digital, for 32 pages of action, not 24 like the big two do. You know what I mean? That also then has ads. So figure that's 20 pages you get of comic book. No, on this one you get 32 pages of uninterrupted, independent beauty, baby.
Yeah.
Right?
And also that we did the printer really did a good job. We have a really good cover. The paper is good. The quality is good. So we always like to, because we know that it's tough to earn $1, so we always deliver really high end quality stuff.
See, you say I did this t-shirt. That's the stuff that kills me. PNG, the characters, man. PNG, no squares. Let the character be part of the shirt. You see how my logo is part of the shirt?
Okay.
Do the character like that. Trust
Okay.
me, man. Because those characters you got here pop. The look that you have on them, shit. You could have some dope Echo, like you could be the new Echo Unlimited, bro. Let's go. The new Mark Echo, Kristen Douglas.
No, the girl one, the one from the girls, that's only the character. Yes,
you see, like that, exactly, yo. You keep doing it like that. Look how good that looks, Diablo.
And that's for summer,
Yeah. Exactly, folks. It is summer for you ladies out there that are comic book geeks. I mean, look how dope that T-shirt is right there. €40, about 44 American. You're getting the T-shirt. You get a digital copy of the book. You get everything. Come on now. And then you got extra small, medium, large. All right. So get them done, ladies, for the summer. Show off that belly at the beach with that dope T-shirt. Come on now. And again, like I said, they have permission pack, the store packs, the unpopular pack, everything. This guy got everything. We only have 4 more days, mi gente. So please, show the love for independent comics right there. Again, 31.90. Let me do a quick refresh just in case during our time while we've been chit-chatting. If anyone cared to show some love. Did it change? Stop with those pop-ups. Doesn't want to tell me, man. There you go. No, it hasn't. Folks, make it happen, folks. Show the love. I know you got paid today. You get paid Friday. So you have until Saturday just about. So don't mess around. Support independent comics. Pinochia, you saw how beautiful this book looks. All right. So, mi hermano, before we go, 2 last questions. First one. Are you going to be at any conventions? I know you mentioned New York. Any other conventions coming up that people could see you, pick up some copies of these books, get some signatures?
Yeah, we're gonna debut this here in Ireland next week. This Dublin Comic Con. That's the biggest Comic Con in the island. We're gonna be in NYCC in October, and most probably gonna be in Spain in December. So those 3 at least, and then next year we're gonna do London and
the MCM, Japan. London MCM. You're gonna do?
Yeah, London MCM, and we're gonna do also Japan also next year.
Have you tried Thought Bubble out there? That's a great show too.
Which one?
Thought Bubble. That was also in the UK.
I never heard of that. Thought Bubble. Okay, I will look it up.
Oh my God! Please look up Thought Bubble. They need you.
Okay.
They need you, Christian. Vamos, shit, bro. Do some representation over there too. It's a wonderful show. London MCM, Thought Bubble are 2 of the great shows out there that we have Crusaders go to. So, maybe you could have someone shout you out over there, give you a visit at the booth, give you a live interview too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know people in the UK. So, okay. Oh, okay. So it's a festival here. Okay, got it.
Well, listen, it's really good. A lot of people go.
In Wales.
And the last time that I had a Crusader go, they thought it was a wonderful show. So, and lastly, of course, important. You've been in the game, a little while now. You got 4 successful campaigns, behind you right now. I mean, it's not behind you, but it is. I mean, it's done. You're in there. I mean, what type of advice would you give to any new creators trying to step into the game now? Whether it's crowdfunding or just creating, books in general.
Well, 2 important things I always say to people. Number 1, take it easy. Okay, overnight success take at least 8 years on the making. So don't worry if you're not gonna pop out, because there's a lot of bullshit in the that people are not waiting for you no matter how good you are. So consistency is the key in everything. So take it easy. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. That's advice number 1. And advice number 2, the most important thing you can ever do for creating any business, in this case our business, like books and anything that is creative, is growing your mailing list. Forget about followers, forget about likes, forget about anything fancy. The most important thing is to have customers, no followers.
Gotcha.
Because customers, clients
So
are the one who make business. Okay. So if you want to be a professional, you have to deal with customers and clients, not with followers. Okay.
Oof. You know what? Say that shit one more time. This because I see this complaint where the people that follow me, this, that. Yo, bro, repeat it just one more time. What was that?
Yeah. If you want to be a professional, behave like a professional. So forget about followers and get clients.
You hear that? You hear this? You hear? It ain't about no following. It's about getting that faithful audience, those customers, those email lists, those that when they receive that email, they pop it open, they open up their wallet, pull out that credit card, and get it done. Because they are faithful customers, not followers that just gonna be hiding behind a keyboard, possibly talking shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's for free. Following somebody is for free.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Paying when you have to take your wallet out, that's when you really see.
Yeah, because that's real
when you
support,
really
that's
see.
real love. Of who you've been supportive of. You know what I mean? I mean, it's the same thing with people opening up channels, to talk about and celebrate these projects. You know what I mean? Opening up time. Time is of value too. You know what I mean? So, folks, speak to amazing creators like this on your platforms. Talking to other podcasters out there. It shouldn't just be about, let me get the A-lister. These guys right here will be the A-listers. And wouldn't it be nice to say that you were amongst the first to speak to them when they were just starting up? You know what I mean? This is why
I always gonna remember. That's the thing. I always gonna remember who was there at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So you're always gonna have access to me no matter where I am. So
I'm down with the Douglas verse, baby. Crusaders, you know what I mean? The old familia. Christian, thank you so much for hanging out. Talking about the project, folks. You know what I mean? I show this off. The notes the links are under the show notes below. Okay, so if you want to support this amazing project with only 4 days to go, mi gente, go to unpopulartales.com. That easy. Go visit that website, take it straight to the Kickstarter, pull out that credit card, and make it happen, right? And then you can visit his website, period, so you can check out a whole bunch of stuff within the Unpopular Studios network at unpopstudio.com, all right? You get, everything that's been out before, keep up to date. That's what you do right there to keep up again with the Douglas verse. Now, make sure to follow that dope cover artist as you saw. Coño, that shit was fire. David Benzar, Diablo, man. I do love that cover. Can't wait to see that shit on the t-shirt.
No, I'm gonna show you what he did for the cover for number 2 and what he's working on number 3. And
you're gonna keep coming back. You're gonna keep telling us everything you're doing. I'm a fan. I know my Crusaders are too. Thank you for everyone that has been tuning in and listening. It's okay. I know y'all creeping just in the background. I see how many of you are tuned in, though. It's okay. You don't say nothing, but at least make sure that you click those links below at the very least and show love to these amazing creators that I have on board, like Christian right here. So everything's below: the Kickstarter, the follows, everything. And with that, again, thank you, my Crusaders. Love you very much, Christian. Thank you again for your time. You know what it is, mi gente. Huepa!
Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.shop and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.